The week after homecoming, the Reavers home in on a road win. The Titans need a win and more. LC moving on. The Lynx look to close out the season in style. 2 in a row. The Iowa Western men's and women's soccer teams closing in on the second season. Seconds matter at the state qualifier. Who's in, who's out? Hello, I'm JJ Davis, and welcome to our latest edition of the Bluffs Sports Zone. So what next for the Iowa Western football team? It's in a spot it's not used to being in. Try below the 500 mark. So where do the Reavers go from here? Try another trip to Kansas, this time to Highland. Now the Scotties sit above the 500 mark at 4-3. And like Big Blue, beat Hutch. And like Big Blue, lost to Garden City. So, what's it going to be? Who's going to show up? Here's IDUB TV student, the sleeper, Joel Divick.
3-4 Iowa Western football travels to the land of the Highland Scotties for the second-to-last road game of the 2016 campaign. First Reaver possession. Punter Bobby Patterson lines up and boots it away. Jamari Kitt fields it, and Daniel Zegwu forces it out. IDUB's Noah McWell recovers. The Reavers get it back at the Highland 30. Biosho takes the field, and starting quarterback A.J. Bush follows his blockers and punches it in from 5 yards out. PAT no good. Visitors with a 6-0 lead. Next Scotty drive. Quarterback Khalil Render steps up, heaves it downfield to a diving Bailey Strunk inside the 10. First and goal Highland. A few plays later, Marquise Terry muscles it in. The sophomore running back goes for 169 yards and 3 scores. The game is tied at 6. Second quarter, and the Reaver ground duo of Lorenzo Pratt and Bush go to work. Pratt takes the handoff and shows off some speed. The redshirt sophomore rips off 36 yards on the play. Bush then finishes off the drive from the 1 with the sneak. Iowa Western gets the lead back 13-6. Late in the second, Highland punter Trenton York can't get the kickoff and throws it away, resulting in a safety and 2 points to the Reavers. 15-6 IDUB heading into the break. Third quarter, special teams come into focus again. Highland gets the punt off, and it's muffed by the Reavers' Tobias Moss. The home side recovers on the Iowa Western 48. 5 plays later, Scotty's running back Raekwon Dickens makes the dark side miss and outruns everybody to the end zone. A 34-yard touchdown run. Highland pulls within 1. Later in the quarter, IDUB with the ball. A.J. Bush hangs back in the pocket, tries to make something happen.
Get out of trouble, throws downfield, intercepted. Intercepted at the 46-yard line.
Intercepted by the Scotties' Dominique Williams. Marquise Terry then takes it in from 7 yards out. 18-15 to the team from Kansas. Offense tries to get the Reavers back in it, but 2 missed Patterson field goals in the final quarter, and another Terry score would prove to be the dagger. The Scotties run away from Iowa Western 24-15.
I think this game really showed us some of our weaknesses and things that we need to eliminate. I feel like this game we gave up a little bit in the run game, but that's definitely something we got to work on. I mean, everything we can get better at as a unit on the defensive side, offensive side, and even special teams. So we just have to get better and just keep working.
They beat us today. We didn't play our best. They played extremely well, and it's frustrating because it's been kind of the story of the season. That's my job to get it turned around. Obviously, I haven't done that.
We lost, but at the end of the day, tough teams go through tough times, and so we just got to work on finishing. That's our biggest thing, because when we finish, we're pretty hard to beat. And then a lot of these games that we've lost, we haven't finished.
We made some undisciplined errors today, and whatever that was, if that was lack of focus or lack of pride, I don't know what it is. But that's, like I said, that's where I'm gonna check. We got a 2.5-hour ride to figure it out. Tomorrow we're going to work. I'm not giving up on them, and I want guys who want to finish this thing off strong.
IDUB has now lost 5 games, the most in any season in its short program history. For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Joel Divick.
Thanks, Joel. And the hits just keep on coming. Now, you know the end game stats this year? Just not the same, that's for sure. I mean, I'm used to them all being in favor of the Reavers. Not this time. Injuries deplete the Reavers' O-show. 5 starters missed the game, including quarterback Andre Nunez. A.J. Bush gets the start, not bad numbers, but another costly interception that leads to points. The Nebraska transfer also carries the rock 26 times for 73 yards. Now, Big Blue leads 15-6 at the break. Iowa Western then held scoreless in the second half. When was the last time that happened? The Scotties knock off the Reavers for the first time in 5 tries and make that now 5 losses, making this the worst season in the still short 8-year history of the program. Up next, on the road again at winless Iowa Central. Gut check time and then some for Iowa Western. Same old story for the women's soccer team. Another sophomore day, another clean sheet, another second season for Lewis Central. We're about to find out when we come back.
At Council Plus Savings Bank, you still get personalized customer service.
We have identity-safe checking with LifeLock, identity theft protection.
You get personal mortgage lending to fit your needs now and in the future.
You get business banking with the latest technology because saving you time saves you money.
At Council Plus Savings Bank, you get people who answer when you call and local employees who are actively involved in our community. Council Plus Savings Bank, hometown banking the way it used to be.
Council Bluffs is a growing, vibrant community. It's becoming a modern 21st century community.
We will be the largest free Wi-Fi hotspot in the United States.
Our vision is about building a community where families want to live and businesses want to locate.
We see that as a great potential enhancement for future growth in the city.
That's slow. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by Cutler O'Neill, Meyer Woodring, family-owned funeral home, serving Council Bluffs in southwest Iowa for over 100 years.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall in the Titans locker room after that loss to TJ last week. But hey, Lewis Central head coach Hacksaw Jim Duggan showed a lot of class afterwards and said basically, hey, they flat out beat us. But that was last week. LC still has a shot at the playoffs, but needs help. But first things first, ice the polar bears. Here's IWTV student jumps right in, Riley Martin.
A playoff-hungry Lewis Central team marches out to tackle Des Moines North. It's a game that will help decide the Titans' fate. First quarter, and the LC quarterback Max Duggan connects with Brendan Figueroa. It's a foot race. The senior turns it into a 32-yard score, and the home team is on the board. Second quarter, up 14-0, fellow senior Max Southard darts up the middle for a 15-yard touchdown. 21-0, Lewis Central, and the rout is on. Still, later in the quarter, Duggan to Josh Simmons. The sophomore dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodges the defense for a 52-yard jailbreak, 28-7. To Simmons. Minutes later, the LC defense makes a statement. Figueroa jumps the route, a 25-yard pick six, 35-7. Just before the break, Duggan, who was 10 of 13 for 249 yards and 5 touchdowns, all in the first half, hits Josh Simmons for a 24-yard score. The student section is dancing in the aisles. Lewis Central hitting all the notes, up 49-7 at the half. Second half, Duggan sets Seth Childers into motion and hands the ball off, putting Des Moines North through the spin cycle.
Childers, touchdown.
A 65-yard touchdown run. LC ices the Polar Bears, 56-7.
I was just getting back to the basics again. You know, our kids have played hard all year. You know, our seniors took the leadership role that they needed to take this week, and our kids played well, and I'm very proud of them. It really was no different than any other week, but you know, I just like, we're in the playoffs. We live another week, and that's been our goal all year.
Well, we're headed to the playoffs. We were just all waiting over there, waiting for it to go make the playoffs, and we're excited, and we'll get prepared for next week.
We're really excited to be there, and we're going to keep going, keep getting the W.
Lewis Central wins by more than 17 points. Thomas Jefferson humbles DM Hoover, and Ankeny knocks off Urbandale by more than 6 points, 31-20, and thus the Titans are in the playoffs. For the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm Riley Martin.
Thanks, Riley. And then there's AL. The Lynx look to close out their uneven season in style. Abraham Lincoln looks in the mirror to close things out against its counterpart from Des Moines. Now, dare we say 2 in a row? Here's IWTV student, Mr. Eager, Brent Pentecost.
Number 6, Frank Jerkovich.
Senior night for the Lynx, an emotional night for Frank Jerkovich. Balloons are released in memory of the senior captain's dad who died just a few days earlier. First quarter, the Railroaders start off quickly. A trick play sees Jackson Harrison put it up for Vaughn Fleming, and he turns it into a 57-yard scoring play. DM Lincoln up 6-0 after a failed extra point. Later in the quarter, AL's Jasper Stottlemyre rumbles down into field goal range. The junior, who was also the kicker, attempts a 29-yard field goal. It hits the upright and is no good. The Abraham Lincoln defense making plays. DM Lincoln quarterback Will McIlvain goes deep over the middle, picked off by Frank Jerkovich. It's all for naught. Minutes later, Sean Lorenzen picked off by the Railroaders in the red zone, and we head to the half. Visitors lead 6-0 at the break. Opening possession of the second half, AL drives it down inside the 10-yard line. 4th and 4 from the Railroaders 7, and Lorenzen is hit for a loss. DM Lincoln takes advantage. The Railroaders take the train all the way down the field. McIlvain puts it up for Trent Kimball. The senior makes the fingertip catch. 7-yard touchdown gives the visitors a 12-0 lead after 3. Early in the fourth quarter, they hook up again. McIlvain to Kimball, 35 yards for the score. All Railroaders 19-0. Don't count the Lynx out yet. Frank Jerkovich with a heavy heart wills his team down the field, catching this toe tapper on the sideline. The senior then finishes up the drive with a 15-yard touchdown reception, bringing it to 19-8 with 1:16 left in the game. On the next play from scrimmage, senior Joe Hill absolutely decleats McIlvain. Riley Ullman makes like a runaway train and takes it to the house for a 45-yard fumble return for a touchdown, but it's too little too late. Des Moines Lincoln holds off a very game Abraham Lincoln 19-14.
It is a sour note. Unfortunately, losing's never good, but or never fun. But the thing I'm trying to pass on to our seniors is, you know, if they want to leave their mark with those underclassmen, it's not about wins and losses. It's about passing on character, tradition, you know, hard work, and those sorts of things. If you can pass those things on, you know, don't miss opportunities during your 4 years.
The Lynx close out another disappointing season at 3-6. For the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm Brent Pentecost.
Thanks, Brent. Look at that. The Yellow Jackets finish strong, 41-0 at Des Moines Hoover. TJ attempts just 2 passes. And why not? The Baker man, 15 for 148 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jake averages over 4 yards per carry and 2 TDs. Thomas Jefferson grounds out 367 yards. The Jackets finish strong, 5-4. Good for Brant Anderson and the guys, something to build on for next season. Okay, so the first season is in the books, and for some, not exactly how they planned it. It's over. And for others, still going strong, just what the doctor ordered. This is the first year the number of teams in each class have been scaled down from 32 to 16. Now, 2 from Council Bluffs still alive. In Class A, unbeaten St. Albert, home on Friday, October 28th, and against the team that knocked the Falcons out in the first round last season. Now, Akron Westfield comes up the hill at 5-4. And in Class 4A, Lewis Central heads to the capital city to tackle unbeaten West Des Moines Valley. Hey, didn't the Titans just knock them off in baseball? So why not again? Why not? The quarterfinal round will be held the following Friday on November 4th. And then the following week, it's off to the Dome, baby. The second season is here. Everybody say, amen. The playoffs are underway in high school cross country. Anybody from this neck of the woods headed to state, and the state of Iowa Western soccer still going strong after the break.
For more than a quarter century, thousands of Southwest Iowa athletes have relied on this team, Jenny Ed Sports Med. Their sole focus is to prevent, diagnose, and treat your sports injury. They even partner with the surgeons at Ortho West, ensuring you get your own exclusive roadmap back to action. Methodist Jenny Ed Sports Med invites all Southwest Iowa athletes to its free walk-in clinic, open every Saturday morning, August through October. Jenny Ed Sports Med.
Get your ass out. You're not in here. Yes, I am. Move. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why are you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The soccer team's pretty much like every other sport here in Reavers country. Winners, and this year, no exception. The playoffs looming, so it's time to kick it into high gear. The third-ranked men, just one loss, and that came way back in mid-September. But Carver and company still plenty of work to do if Iowa Western's to make it back to nationals. Here's IDub TV student bubbling Brandon Taverty.
It's a special day for some of the Reavers. It's Iowa Western versus Hawkeye Community College on Sophomore Day. Scoreless late first half, 43rd minute. Joao Burt with the laser into the back of the net. IDub up 1-0. It stays that way going into the half. You get a t-shirt, you get a t-shirt, everyone gets a t-shirt. Early in the second half, the sophomore from Brazil, Burt with his second goal of the day. That was too easy. 2-0 Reavers. He did finish it. Gosh! Reese Allen with the goal in the 68th minute. The home team with 37 shots overall, 16 on goal. Nestor Silva with the free kick. Ali Ibrahim with the rebound. The sophomore from Omaha drills it. 4-1 home team. The Red Tails just 6 shots on goal. Iowa Western sticks it to Hawkeye, 6-1.
I think we played really good today. I think everyone did a very good match. We put a lot of effort in the field.
They only had 13 players here today, no depth. So you could tell there just wasn't a lot of fight as we started putting more pressure on them. So I'm happy about how our second group came in and played. they really made a difference today.
I think we just gotta stay focused, you know, play for each other as we have done until now. So we just gotta stay focused and play our game.
Iowa Western closes out the regular season with a clean sheet at Scott, winning 2-0. The Reavers will host the winner of the Northeast Scott match in the regional tournament on Wednesday, October 26th. For the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm Brandon Taverdi.
Thanks, Brandon. And then there's the ladies. Now, 5th-ranked Iowa Western looking good at 11-1. Coach Sanchez and the girls lost their only match way back in early September. And like the guys, the playoffs just about a PK away. Here's IWTV student Batlin Brady Engel.
It's sophomore day and Iowa Western is looking for a win against the Red Tails of Hawkeye. 12th minute, Reavers on the attack. Sammy Guadarrama shields off a defender. The sophomore sends it a low cross that gets by the goalie and is finished at the back post by Carly Richens. 1-0 home team. Later, Big Blue looking for more. The cross is set in and it's put away, but the goal is disallowed. The home team called for offsides. The Reavers take their 1-0 lead into the half. Early second, Maria Guzman to Carly Richens. The shot goes through the keeper's mitts and in. 2-0 Iowa Western. Big Blue finishes with 36 shots in the game with 21 on goal. 73rd minute, Abby Bishop chases it down and sends it across. It goes over the keeper's head. Daniela Cardona with the finish. 3-0 IDub. The Reavers in full control. The Big Blue defense does not allow a shot by the visitors. 2 minutes later, it's Bishop sending in the cross, and again it's Cardona, the freshman from Columbia, her second goal of the game. The Reavers add one more to win 5-0. Iowa Western closes out its regular season at Scott CC. The Reavers come back from 2 down, outgutting the Screaming Eagles 3-2. Big Blue is the #1 seed in the upcoming regional tournament. For the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm Brady Engel.
Thanks, Brady. Now, moving indoors, the high school volleyball season is ready for its annual postseason party. It's been an up and down season for some, and for others, 7th-ranked St. Albert looking good at 23-4. Ditto for the 7th-ranked team in Class 4A. The Titans 28-8. AL 14-29. TJ 13-25. Let the second season begin. Next up, our play of the week. Pick a card, any card. Who's your pick to run to state? Slim pickings for the Bluffs. On the other side.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
They ran for conference championships last week. The TJ boys run away with their third in school history. At stake this week, a trip to state. They are the unsung heroes of the fall sports season. Now, only the top 3 teams move on to Fort Dodge, and the top 15 finishers as well. So it's going to be close, real close. And for some, jubilation, and for others, heartbreak. First up, the girls. Johnston, ranked 10th nationally, is the heavy favorite. The Dragons lead the pack after the first lap. And talk about running up the score. Johnston comes across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's right, the top 6 finishers, Dragons. The 10th ranked team of the country runs away with the team title.
Good job, Claire. Good job, Claire.
Abraham Lincoln takes 5th. Claire Jones, 28th. Teammate Mariah Heilson right behind. Now, Isabella Smith from Lewis Central placed 32nd.
I knew I had to go out harder than I did last week, and I had to compete with some girls that beat me last time, and I think I did a good job of that, and I PR'd for the season.
On your marks.
Now to the guys. 3 of the top 10 teams in the state take off, including number 1 West Des Moines Dowling. Patrick Bowes here from Johnston leads the way, wire to wire. TJ's McGuire Midkiff qualifies for state. Midkiff comes around in 10th. Fellow senior Brendan O'Brien, Lewis Central makes it as well. O'Brien 13th. Now Dowling wins the team title. Thomas Jefferson takes 4th. Next up, the state cross country meet at Fort Dodge, October 29th.
Push it in!
Now it's time for our play of the week. Now, a little bit of everything this time around, so around and around it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Lewis Central paced the Polar Bears. Second quarter, Max Duggan to Josh Simmons. Now you got him, now you don't. 52 yards to the promised land. Simmons makes like Mr. Zigzag. The Titans send DM north, south, 56-7. Josh Simmons with our play of the week. Okay, so the fun and games are over. It's time to get down to some serious business, as the second season is here. Playoff football and volleyball on our next show, and that's just for starters. Now remember, as always, to keep it here for more news and information in your community by tuning in to the Council Bluffs News with Aaron Zach. And so, for this latest edition of the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around.